Thanks a lot for coming in. Good morning. Happy to be here.
Something about this community appeals to you?
This is a wonderful place to live.
Or Kelowna now, this is Camp Mulgat.
And we're joined by Ryan Michael. Ryan, you performed at an event that I was at, and I asked you to come and show Kelowna what you can do because you blew me away. And I just think it's really cool that it seems you are just at the beginning of turning your love of magic into a real career. Am I right?
Yeah, getting to that point. And
so how were you able to conjure that up?
it's a long story. Going back all the way, I started doing magic in Jasper, Alberta, where I was born and raised, and moved out to Kelowna about 3 years ago. And at that point, I had been doing a lot of kids shows in Jasper, a couple of adult parties here and there, but mainly the kids stuff. And then I moved out here and scrapped that from my arsenal, and I thought I've always been really passionate about the real adult magic, freaking out people for real, and then kind of bloomed from there. I just kind of pursued it, and the more shows that I did, the more bookings I would get, and now it's kind of become, this has been my life for the last year or so.
So how old were you when you first started trying to create some magic?
I remember the very first trick that I ever did was putting a Sharpie up my nose. For real. It wasn't like yeah, I can show you what it is right now. It's a little gross, but that's the first trick I ever learned. And I would literally meet people, shake their hands, say my name is Ryan, and put a Sharpie up my nose because I wanted to see their reactions.
Right.
And then I started doing it when I worked in Jasper at a desk. People would be driving by, and I would do it really quickly as they were driving by, and they'd have to do a double take and see what just happened behind them and things like that.
Okay.
And then one of the things that really got me into it was my friend Wyatt Romanuk, I live here in Kelowna with now. And he showed me a trick where I picked a card. Actually, would you like to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Here, I think I've got it. I know we've got one out here, but this is actually a full deck of cards right over here. So this was the trick that my friend Wyatt showed me. He said, I've got a deck of cards here, and you can see all the different cards inside. And he got me to pick a card. I'll do it with you. You just say stop whenever you like.
Stop.
Right there, and have a look at the card and show it to the camera if you would, and I won't look. And then if you, once they've got it, you can throw that card back inside the deck. That's perfect. And at this point, he gave the cards a couple cuts and a shuffle. He looked at me, he said, at this point, would it be amazing if I could find your card?
It would be amazing.
That would be amazing. And I said, that would be, just like you. And he said, you know what, I think it would be even more amazing if you could find your own card.
Right.
So go ahead and give me a number between 1 and 52.
31.
31, so that's 1, count with me.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
And what was your card?
10 of clubs.
And that's exactly where the 10 of clubs was. And had I gone 1 card more or 1 card less, I would have missed it.
That is pretty amazing.
And I thought that was pretty amazing. And then he said, we can even take it a step further. He said, look, we'll bury the 10 of clubs back inside the deck and we'll give it 1 more shuffle so that even I don't know where it is. And if you were just to use your intuition, I'd like you to try to find your own card again. I'm just going to riffle through the deck like this.
Yeah?
And you just put your finger inside anywhere you want. It can be near the top, middle, bottom. I don't want to influence you. Whenever you want, I'll even look away. Is it in somewhere?
Yeah.
Don't take your finger off the card, but tell me honestly, is that your card there?
No.
Take that card, but don't flip it over yet. And was this your card here?
No.
So had you gone 1 card more or 1 card less,
Don't tell me this is the 10 of clubs.
you would have missed it.
Are you kidding me? No!
And there it is. So that was kind of one of the first tricks that I ever saw that really freaked me out. He said, we can even take it a step further. Look, we can even make it jump right to the top. I'll do that again if you missed it. The card goes about halfway down in the deck, but not on top. It goes somewhere down in the center of the deck. Right, Ken? Not on top of the deck. It'll go somewhere down in the middle of the deck, not on top. We could even use any card, let's say just a random card. Let's say it's the 9 of diamonds. If you shake the 9 of diamonds like this, Kent, it actually changes right into the 10 of clubs like that. He said, watch, and then this is where it got really weird. He took the 10 of clubs, he left it on the bottom of the deck just like that, and he rubbed this card on the face, and it just melted through the whole deck. It was really weird. He said it only lasts for a second because if you watch, it'll go right back to the top like that.
Okay, you're actually freaking me out right now.
Well, thank you.
And that, I guess, is the whole idea?
That's the whole idea. And then the coolest part was he said you could have picked any card in the whole deck, and that was a free choice. But the coolest thing is if you snap your fingers like this, you could actually make another 10 of clubs appear, even though you freely chose that card and all the cards are different. But if you snap your fingers like this, Kent, you could make another 10 of clubs appear. Or if you snap like that, you could make another one, or another one, or another one, even though all the cards are different. You could have snapped your fingers and made another one, or another one, or another one. Or if you snap really, like, right over the deck like that, look, every single card in the deck changes.
And they're all 10s of clubs
Every
now.
single card in the deck changes to the 10 of clubs, but that only lasts for a second. Because if I snap my fingers, they all go right back to normal cards again.
And
that
those look
was-
like normal cards.
And they absolutely are, and you can examine the deck afterwards if you like.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'm not going to,
That's,
you know.
no worries.
But
But that when every single card in the deck changed into my card,
that changed your mind,
to
too.
me that transcended a trick to real Magic. That was just like I had seen card tricks before, and I had seen people do little things like that. But when I watched his hands and every single card in that deck changed into my card, I was hooked. And I was like, I gotta do this this has got to be my life now.
Right.
And I started learning, and yeah.
So you, up to, you know, close to now, you've had to have a day job, right?
Yep.
Like things like, you were like a parks.
I worked for Parks Canada. I was a whitewater raft guide in Jasper.
Right.
I was a hiking guide there, and then kept up with the tour guiding thing, and came here and became a wine tour guide.
So in these different jobs, you would find opportunities to show some magic along the way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, especially on the wine tours.
Yeah.
The more you drink, the better the magic looks.
Right.
So drink and blink, I always say. It's the best thing for magic.
And you were saying that it's been good lately. Like there was one day you did how many?
The busiest day of the year so far for me this year was 4 shows in one day.
So you'll show up to an event and kind of break into small groups or go to the front of the room, either way?
Yeah, the one that I had 4 events in one day, the first one was a kids show, and it was the last kids show that I was ever going to do. And I ended up giving him the first wand that I ever got, and he was a great kid, Matthew. And then the next event that I did was a half-an-hour stage show for a corporate group at a lunch. And then there was about an hour break in between, and then I did some walk-around magic for another group, and then the final event of the evening was both in one. It was walk-around magic and my stage show.
Right.
Yeah.
So you start putting that sort of a day together, and now, okay, this is no longer something that needs a day job to go along with it, right?
Hopefully. That's hopefully where I can go with it
Yeah,
from here.
let's sure hope so.
Yeah.
There was one more trick that you wanted to do.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And you call yourself a mentalist as well as a magician.
Yeah, which is, and that was the award.
Break that down for me a little bit.
For sure. So a mentalist is someone more who deals with thought reading. And a lot of people call it mind reading. I'm not a big fan of the term. I like thought reading better because it defines a little bit more what I do. I can't just look at someone and tell them what they're thinking. That's a common misconception, but I can use people's focus and their micro expressions, their body language, how they present themselves, and what they're generally geared towards to try to figure out a name they're thinking of, or a letter, or a number, or something like that. So,
Right.
And that was the award that I won this year.
Yeah. So, and you won a few awards.
Yeah, I was. Thank you. I was the receiver of the gold medal for the Close-Up Magician of the Year for Canada, for the Pacific Coast of American Magicians, and then the Mentalist of the Year through the same organization. And then within that scope, that was also the Canadian Association of Magicians. It's all very complicated, and I got the Tony Eng's People's Choice Award for the entire competition.
Right, so you even get a bunch of people together who are all amazing, who can all do tricks like this.
Yeah.
And even among them, you obviously are, got a particular talent.
Oh, thank you very
so
much.
I'm so glad you're pursuing it. So let's get back to that second.
Sure.
trick
So,
you wanted to do.
so you're asking about mind reading and sort of mentalism, and so just so the camera can see and everything, I'm sure you guys have noticed, but my wallet's going to be sitting there on the table. I'm going to not touch that for now. Kent, I'd like you to think of a person for me, someone that's important in your life, and make sure there's no way that I could know who this person is.
Okay.
You're pretty confident there's no way I could know who this person is?
Right.
Awesome. So like I said, I'm going to try to use a little bit of body language to try to get a few clues about who this person might be. Hold out your hand just like this for me, Kent. And I can see in your palm there, nothing. I don't do palm reading, but I'm actually taking your pulse. Does that feel okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Kent, what I want you to do, in your mind, don't say anything out loud, but in your mind I want you to say the alphabet. And don't say it out loud, and we're going to try to do it synchronized. So look at me and we'll start right now. Okay, there was a T. Keep going. Okay, and
already
you
finished.
just finished there, and there was a U in there as well. Think of one of the letters in this person's name, just any letter. You've got a letter in mind?
I've got a letter in mind.
It's funny because I feel like you changed your mind. You can
I did.
relax your hand.
I
You
did,
did.
yeah.
You thought of a Y and then you switched over to like a D.
Yes.
Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
Is this someone that you're related to?
It is, yeah.
It is. This is a woman?
Yes.
Very important woman in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be your mom that you're thinking of right now?
Yep.
It is, and there's no way I could have known that.
No.
No, yeah, and the really weird part is, over here, my wallet's been sitting on the table the entire time. And if we have a look inside of my wallet here, I keep a little billfold in here, and inside of here, there's a zippered compartment that just makes sure that I can't mess with anything. And inside of here, I put one of my business cards just for you, Kent, but I wrote a special message on the back of this one. Would you let the camera know what was the name you were thinking of?
Judy.
Judy. Have a look at what I wrote on my business card there.
See? Pretty amazing. Does the name Judy ring a bell?
So that's a little bit of what I would call mentalism.
Yeah. Fantastic. So,
Thank you.
when are we going to see you on America's Got Talent?
Oh, I'm hoping within the next couple of years, but I don't want to jinx anything. It is in the plan right now. It is something that I'm hopefully working towards.
Right. You got to kind of plot it out, right? What to hit them with to qualify, and then hit them with something even better.
Absolutely.
In the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So we wish you well.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
coming in.
I really appreciate
Ryan
it.
Michael Magic. You can book Ryan, and he will blow you and your guests away. And thanks again, Ryan, and thank you for watching Kelowna Now.